Hey everyone, welcome back to Ground Up, coming to you from the Level Wellness Studio inside our B2 Suites penthouse in Brentwood, Tennessee. The show where we turn pain into pivot and where there aren't failures, only lessons. And I am Terry Barga. I'm one of your hosts, and I'm here with
Roy with an R.
Roy with an R.
Yes.
Roy Mangrum.
Yes.
Did I spell it wrong?
No, I just going off his dog.
Oh.
I just thought that was an awesome way of telling you.
That's a great way. And we're sitting in here with Chancellor Zaugg and Doug Wilson from the famed Social Indoor.
Infamous.
Yeah.
Famous, infamous. Depends what circle you're in.
I mean, I feel like
Legend
they're
in our own lifetime.
yeah. Those words can be interchanged, right?
Yeah, depends who you are.
Hey, well, thanks for coming on. Like, we've been working together for a long time, and before we pressed record, I realized that I've been teasing you to come on a lot, and I thought I'd already invited you, so forgive me. This is my public apology.
I appreciate that.
Sweet. Yeah, that's a
They
good
made
way.
it way too easy on me.
Yeah,
Way too easy.
I didn't have to press that hard.
There'll be more.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Thank
please
you.
give him a hard time
Yes,
later.
yes.
We got that on video, audio.
Yeah.
We're rolling.
We're rolling. I'm going to clip that, and I'm going to use it on repeat. Well, thanks for being here, despite my lack of giving you an invite earlier. I enjoy talking with you two. I certainly enjoy partnering with you guys, and we have been fortunate to have a partnership with Social Indoor for quite some time, and we've used that to help spread the good news of fitness in Nashville, trying to make this place healthier. So we appreciate you for that. But you guys are a riot, so you're
We try.
yeah. And I think as far as reflective of Roy and I's partnership, it's about as close as it gets. There's one bouncing off the walls all the time with crazy ideas, and there's the other one like rolling his eyes like, here we go again.
I know which ones.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I know which one I am.
I just rolled my eyes.
Which is normally why I stay in contact with Doug, because I know there's guardrails. If I talk with Chancellor, I know everything's possible,
Yes.
and that's dangerous for me. So
I will say yes.
I'm the reality.
So,
check.
guys, let's get into your story a little bit. Like, I know parts and pieces, and I know some of your stories don't necessarily line up to what you currently do. But I love that context because life teaches us about our work, and then we later, obviously apply all that stuff, and it should make us better.
I would hope so.
It does.
That's the hope.
Yeah.
So, Chancellor, how'd you get here?
Oh, well.
You didn't expect me to go first with you, did you?
Yeah. It was a warm August 16th birthday.
It was a crescent moon, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Before I jump in there, I just want to say thank you guys so much for letting us come on here.
Mm-hmm.
We're obviously big fans of the podcast, huge fans of y'all's partnership and what you guys are doing here in the local community and making a difference. So thank you guys.
Well, I appreciate that.
Second thing I'd like to say is this
Let me
Defiance
give him a
fuel.
20 for that.
Yeah, so say I think we met all two of our
I'll
listeners.
collect later. Boy. I'll collect. Yeah. Second thing I'd like to say is this Defiance Fuel premium structured water is absolutely delicious and crisp.
It's the wettest water you'll drink.
Yes.
This commercial was brought to you by
Yeah.
Social Indoor Nashville.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
Black Rifle Coffee Company. Absolutely awesome now.
Don't even get him started on that one.
Yeah. The Ranger Berry. Fantastic.
Highly recommend.
Yeah.
That stuff works because he was very sleepy when you walked in.
That's
Yeah.
a fact.
And he's only like 3 drinks into it.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
This thing
Yeah.
is magical. Magical.
It's probably a good idea y'all didn't ride together.
Doug didn't even give me the option. He's like, I'm just taking my own car.
I'll see you there.
It's like, fine.
Yeah.
So my story, I was actually doing medical device sales before Social Indoor. I worked for a startup biotech company doing regenerative medicine,
Sure.
mostly in, the wound care, sports medicine space. Kind of climbed all the mountains that I really wanted to do there. Had some really good impact with patients and outcomes like that. So really good structure, really good learning about business, sales, everything. Being a part of a startup, you kind of get to see everything from the ground up normally that you wouldn't in a bigger company. And I like that. So
Sure.
I come from a long line of entrepreneurs. My dad's an entrepreneur. My uncle's an entrepreneur. My other uncle's an entrepreneur. and like the cousins and the other kids are starting to get into it, and I kind of wanted to always own my own business. And truth be told, I was coming up to Nashville. I'm originally from Memphis, and that's where I was working. But I wanted to get up to Nashville because I was chasing a girl.
Mm.
And she knew that I was chasing her, just so everybody knows.
Go on.
Is that why she was running? Or?
Yeah. She wasn't running.
Wait a minute.
She,
okay.
Yes. I'd like to point out that she is my fiance now.
Oh, okay.
So that's really good. Yeah.
So you're faster than she is.
Yes, that's right.
I'll head her off at the pass.
Yeah.
Hey.
Sorry.
Patience and persistence.
Yeah, there
that's
you
the
go.
name of the game.
Hey, that's how we win.
Yes,
That's how I won with my wife.
Yeah.
Just wore her down and she said yes. I'm like,
Yeah.
there we go.
Well, all the other options have disappeared. So.
Yeah.
I'll keep showing up.
Yeah.
I'll keep showing up. Yeah, she never gave me the time of day. It was pretty funny. We went to high school together, never gave me the time of day. College, never gave me the time of day. But I was patient and persistent.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw her at a Halloween party dressed as an Oompa Loompa.
And that's when you knew.
And I was like, this lady is for me. Orange
Yeah.
Orange and purple hair looks good on you.
Oh
Let me just say that. And so he came out here. And I've always been interested in the marketing and advertising world. I think that's such a pretty cool, unique marketplace and what it could do and really change the atmosphere of businesses. And then long story short, technically speaking, Social Indoor is a franchise. Social Indoor Nashville is the largest franchise than any other franchise across the country.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Based on venue size, revenue, talent.
Y'all are
Talent.
everywhere.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, we are, Roy.
Yes.
Yes, we are.
I can't go to a restroom without seeing it.
Hey, when you pee, think of me.
No, I'm serious.
I do.
What do you do when you're standing there? I'm reading something.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm like, you know what? I do need to eat chicken wings tonight. It happens every time I go. Yeah, it's at the gym. There's a Buffalo Wild Wings right in front of me.
Yes.
Works.
I love that, dude.
Yeah.
I love that. That makes me very happy. Thank you,
Yeah.
Roy.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Side note: Buffalo Wild Wings inquiries can be sent to.
Yes.
Yeah. What's your wing flavor at Buffalo Wild Wings?
Oddly enough, Thai curry.
Really?
I don't know why that's odd. It's not odd.
It's very odd.
Really?
But it's very good.
It's very good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Curry. I love some curry.
All right. That does sound pretty good, though.
That is pretty
I'm
good.
pretty
High
hungry.
protein diet.
Yeah.
So, sales and marketing,
Yep.
entrepreneur.
Mhm.
If I remember correctly, a part of your story, your dad was an entrepreneur. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what part of like you watching him growing up kind of lit that fire? Because I have failed with my 4 kids.
Oh,
Not one of them wants to be an entrepreneur.
how old are they?
Yeah, you pop quiz me. 23, 22, 21, and 17.
Oh, they're still too young. They don't know what they want.
That's fair.
Yeah. They
I'll
don't
give
know
you
what they want. I think part of it, so my dad, he owns and runs basically a leadership and training organization, works with a lot of Fortune 500 companies, most of which are medical device. That's kind of how I got into the medical device space because he would teach a lot of these companies. I learned a lot about them. Really enjoyed them. And a lot of sales and negotiation tactics too. I remember being 7 years old, driving the car with my dad, and him being like, "Sell me this pen." Right?
Mm.
That's awesome.
How many other 7-year-old kids? But what was really cool as growing up is we would talk about it at the dinner table or privately about business and what's going on. And there is something to be said about controlling your own destiny, even if it's a false reality,
Sure.
like no one really does. But there is something about being an entrepreneur, controlling as much destiny as possible, building something, watching it grow, taking people along with the journey on that, seeing the rewards across. For me, I always liked that.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing my dad build something like that was really cool. Even growing up and realizing, what he was building at the time when you're really young, you don't realize how much you're struggling at the beginning. You get to just see like the picture at the end.
Mm.
And I did, and I looked around, I was like, golly, like you built all this. This is super cool. And being on your boss and own master of your own fate, again, I think has some charm to it for me.
Yeah.
Mm.
That charm. Is it still there?
Yes. Yes.
What is today?
Yeah. You can't see on the day. I think the thing I realized through business is everybody answers to somebody.
Sure.
Right.
Sure. Absolutely.
Regardless of this idea of like, I'll never have a boss. I'll be my own person. That's kind of a falsehood. You're always going to have, whether it be employees, clients, board members, stockholders, you always got someone to appease to. I think the beauty of being an entrepreneur is kind of choosing who you want to appease.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's a good way to.
good way of
Yeah,
putting it.
because you're in those moments, your clients on some level are your boss.
Yeah, 100%.
You want to build that. I mean, we work real hard to do that here. Like,
Well, if you don't keep them happy, they will fire you.
Yeah.
that's right. Right.
As they should be. They should be my boss.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're fostering that relationship and making sure that it's a healthy one is really, really important.
Yeah.
So how'd you go from medical sales
Yeah. What was the jump?
to advertising? Because that's not the same.
No, it's not.
These two things are not the same.
No.
They're not the same.
So again, wanted to own my own business, was looking for businesses for sale. My uncle was neighbors with the CEO of Social Indoor Corporate, a guy named Tony Jacobson, who's a character. We should get him on this podcast sometime too. You guys would love him. And there was a franchise for sale in Murfreesboro. So this guy did a really good job of building a little bit of a platform there. So building boards out. But he was on the road a lot for concerts and things like that. He worked on tour with a lot of people. So there wasn't a lot of sales. So I kind of looked at it. I was like, this is really unique, right? I got the concept immediately. Exactly what Roy said. Kind of an undeniable advertising, captive audience. I was like, this is really cool. I can help out the local community. I know that I can sell this. Like there's benefits to it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of my background. I'm just going to jump right on in.
Yeah.
And head dive. So yes.
I would not have guessed that about you.
Yeah, of course.
All risk.
Yeah, I'm in. But yes, there is a big difference between medical device sales, especially with what we were doing with regenerative medicine, to advertising. But I do think the basic building blocks of sales is a little bit universal for the most part.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And how has medical sales helped you sell at Social Indoor?
At Social Indoor?
Yeah, because there's crossover. Now we're gonna get more into this towards the end with your tips. But what are the parallels, if there are any, like from the early days of like, clawing and grabbing to now?
I think the big thing is when you're talking with somebody. I mean, there's a ton of things. So, why is this going to benefit you at the end of the day? Why is me talking with you? Why is this product going to benefit you? The end user is always going to be the answer. And then setting it up in a structured way for you to understand that, like questioning, consultative selling, sitting there and listening. Tell me what your problems are. Tell me what your pain points are.
Right.
Why is that? And our solution can help a wide variety of whatever your problems are. And that's what medical device was too. I mean, it was multi-structured where not only were you solving the problems of the patient, the doctor, but you're also helping the staff, the hospital too, on how they could save money and afford new treatments for their patients. So just, again, those kind of building blocks of it's multi-tiered selling, which is not only is this going to help you in your company, but other people in the marketplace as well.
Oh, I love that. I think that's the overarching, I want to help people.
Yeah.
Right. And having an actual answer to the pain points.
Yeah.
That's really, really nice. And not always that clear and easy to find. So yeah, I appreciate it. I think that's what we all have the most in common too, sitting here in this room. But we're going to get into Doug's story because you're next, but I'm going to give you a commercial break to think about it. So we'll be right back.
I'm going to think of something.
His story
right
is way
back.
cooler. His
Right
story
after
is way
this.
cooler.
we're back. Chancellor, I really appreciate you sharing those your little bit of your story there and how you kind of come up from nothing, right? Did you sell in college too, or no?
No, I did like catering gigs, things like that.
Yeah.
And so,
But that teaches you service.
It does teach you
buddy.
customer service. Yeah,
My gosh, you want to teach your kids some lessons? Go make them work at a restaurant or a
Dude, no kidding.
you're 100% right about that.
Yeah,
Yep.
I hate.
I did it.
I did it too. Yeah.
Did a lot of it.
We've
yeah.
all got stories, I'm sure.
Oh, jeez. Probably for the After Hours podcast. Doug, the man with the accent.
Yes.
From
Kentucky, you know.
Kentucky. Yeah, that's what. Is that rare?
Is that a Lexington I'm hearing?
East Side, maybe.
Please.
Doug, the voice of reason in this partnership. Clearly,
I tried to be.
What's it like? What gave you as enough practice to see Chancellor and be like, I got this? I keep throwing Chancellor.
I decided to get into this long before I knew Chancellor. I actually worked in defense aerospace for 30 years.
No way.
Never touched never done any sales gig, nothing. Studied physics at college. I mean, I was taking a path, but that all ended. It brought me over here, the opportunity to come to the States 30 years ago. But that came to an end and I decided to stay. I had the wife, the house, the dog, the kid, the green card. Stayed here.
All necessary items.
Worked a few gigs. You know, we were down in St. Louis at the time, then moved to Nashville. Worked a few gigs, but I eventually got to that point. I was sick of the corporate thing. I was tired. I've always been part of the machine, a number, a cog. There's always been people above me, people below me, and I got tired of people claiming responsibility but never claiming accountability. And that's strong to me.
God,
you know?
dog.
That's deep, right?
That is. You hit
And
a
it
quarter
really
of me on
gave
that
me.
one.
So, an opportunity came up. The third member of the founding member of Social Indoor here in Nashville, Thad, he had the Nashville franchise. We spoke to Tony. We had the conversation. He convinced us. I thought, screw it. I'm going to buy a franchise. So I bought the Northeast Nashville franchise. And Thad and I kind of worked together. We were around together. Chancellor came in a little later. And we knew how to do it. We knew how to execute. Neither of us were really big into the sales thing, so I had to learn the sales gig. Running it and getting all the digital screens up and everything was easy. I had an operations background. But got into it, and I realized the sales thing was kind of working for me a bit. You know, I'm very much a relationship kind of guy. So building relationships with people, getting to know the community. I suddenly discovered there was a community in Nashville I was never part of. And it was bigger than the community I lived in. The business community is amazing. And I really enjoyed that. Just started reaching out and embedding myself in the business community up in Sumner County and Wilson County. And it just started to flourish. And then that's when we got together. We merged. We bought out the competition, Graffiti Indoor Advertising. He came in on the scene. So between the three of us, we had the entire Nashville market pretty much. And I just loved it. I mean, it was good fun. And the accountability thing came in when I thought, if I buy a business, I'm accountable to me. There's nobody above me. It's down to me. And I needed that because it was so easy to push things on other people when you're responsible. But if things go wrong and you've got to fix it, and it was probably what you're doing in the first place, then go fix it. Don't run away from it. Right. And it taught me a lot in life as well. You know, you realize you've got to start dealing with everything in your life. Don't walk away. Don't hide it. Yeah. So it was a great learning process for me, and it helped me personally as well as professionally. And then you just get into it when it's your own business. My God, you live and breathe that thing. Yeah, and I loved it for that. You know, and even now, I mean, you know, Thad and I, we've sold our shares of the business. He, you know, the third party in this thing, Chancellor now, they own the entire company. I continued as the director of ops. I still love it like it's my own. I mean, you know,
of which we're very grateful that you are still here.
I still own it. You know, I still love it. Still live and breathe it. So it's in my veins. I love it.
So how did you two meet?
It was at Slider House.
Slider
down
House.
the Division Street, which was our unofficial meeting room.
Yes, yes.
One of our clients. But,
Corporate HQ.
yeah, we heard about this guy that was buying out Murfreesboro because we knew the previous owner. And we heard this name, Chancellor Zaugg. I said, who the hell's that? He sounds like a Star Wars character, you know. And we met him, and I thought, holy shit, this guy's he goes a mile a minute. But what he had, and that's what Thad and I didn't have, he had that sales thing. And with the acquisition of Graffiti, you know, we needed a sales team to be managed. We didn't. Although we were quite effective at sales ourselves, we needed somebody who really knew the nuts and bolts of sales. Mm-hmm. And that's where he came in. And he brought that. That's why we wanted to partner with him. That's why we and between the three of us, we kind of had that nice little blend. So, yeah, we got to know him through that. When we had that meeting, we realized, yeah, this guy's going to be good.
Yeah,
he's going to be a good help to the area. So it wasn't long after we all pulled together and became one big entity. And then he just ran with all the sales stuff. And we did the hard work, you know. So.
I'm not pushing back on that. I will. If I could brag on Doug a little bit,
please. Oh, please do. Yes.
Yeah. One, Doug is a rocket scientist, like a legitimate one.
Yeah.
No, that is true. So that's crazy to think about. And then two, Doug likes to say that he's not a sales guy, but if you go anywhere in Sumner County, everybody knows Doug Wilson.
That's right.
And that was his backyard, and he built it up from the ground up. So that's just a big kudos and a great representation of who Doug is, taking care of his local community, taking care of his clients, of his venues. And I just want to say a big kudos to you, Doug.
Hey, man. It's well deserved. I know. I appreciate it.
He's the man.
I'd say that's a big thing, though. He's mentioned it already, the local thing. That's what we really love about this. Mm-hmm. We really, I mean, yes, we're a franchise, a bigger organization. We're owned and operated in Nashville. Yeah. Everybody who works here, we all eat here, we all live here, we work here, we play here. I mean, we're part of the community. We're not a 1-800 number, and people say that, but you know, we really are part of this community. Yeah, and that's it. If people have a problem, they'll call us. They call our cell phones. Yeah, they talk to us. We'll be there. I mean, I will go to a venue if I have to in half an hour if there's a problem. That's what we do, and that's what we love about it. We really help. We love helping the local businesses, and then if they want to advertise just locally or across the city, we love just helping them in that way and keeping it local. It really is a lot of fun being part of that community and you know, being an integral part of its success.
Yeah, that's the one part that I love the most about y'all is that you are people related. You are relationship, like you foster relationships. Yeah. Aside from you guys just being a ball full of fun, I think you should change your company tagline.
Oh yeah,
yes, like social indoor. It's not rocket science, but we have one.
We've used that line a couple of times. We have. You wouldn't believe the problems. You'd think putting an ad on a wall is easy, but it's a complex process.
Oh yeah,
there's 16,000 of them out there, right? But there's times we're banging our heads, going, "Come on, guys, this isn't rocket science," you know.
I was like, you would know. Yeah. Tell me, is this rocket science?
I'm going to need to really cancer by putting pictures on walls. But it's a complex process.
We can't figure this out. Doug, get in here.
We need a scientist.
And I wasn't a rocket scientist, but I did work on missile systems and stuff.
Okay. Let's just leave it at you were.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the closest I've ever met anybody to a rocket. So
classic British understatement.
Well, a propulsion scientist?
No. Just I works on a weapons program.
He's a rocket scientist, everybody.
That's all I can tell you. Then I have to kill you.
Yeah. There it is. Now we know why he's here.
Yeah.
You said he's in protection, witness protection.
That's right.
Oh man, that's awesome.
He suggested that once.
I did.
He is a rocket scientist because I came to him while it was with both of you in one of your meetings. I was like, "Hey, can we make this magazine rack digital?"
Yes.
And you initially were like, doesn't sound, which is the type of resistance that I'm used to.
Give me 5 minutes.
I was like, yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
Doug?
Operations. We were like,
operations. 100%.
He and I had already visualized them being all over this freaking city.
Yeah.
By the time he said, let me see what I can do. And like, we had this grandiose picture of what this all looked like. So,
and he did do it.
He did do it.
And it looks pretty awesome.
Yeah. And it stands on its own.
Mm-hmm. Literally.
Pretty cool. It is really cool. Good work, by the way.
Yeah. Thank you, man. Finally, kudos.
Well, Doug, for you, I think you mentioned it or you flew over a little bit, but I want to make sure I give you a little time. Why Social Indoor?
I like the concept. I mean, it was just interesting. It's funny that the company that preceded us in Nashville, Graffiti Indoor, they were the competition. We were coming in with a digital thing. But, I mean, I'd lived in Nashville since 2011, and I knew who Graffiti was.
Yeah.
And I thought, wait, everybody knows about restroom advertising.
Mm-hmm.
It's so obvious. It seemed so obvious. I thought, well, firstly, why is there only one company doing it?
Mm-hmm.
And secondly, digital screens, man, that just brings a completely new dimension to it. So I started thinking about the whole, the attraction of digital, and the size of the market. I mean, they had a few hundred venues, but there's thousands in the city. I thought,
nowadays
this has got potential.
Mhm.
So I was bought in by that, and then the whole captive audience thing. It was, and then the local aspect, being able to sell to the communities that you serve as a business, talking to clients and saying, hey, you can sell within 2 or 3 miles of your business. You're going to capture that local business. So I just love the whole concept. And like I say, the captive thing's awesome. You look at it. When I thought about graffiti, I thought, oh, yeah, that 4x4 company that advertised. I always remember an ad on it.
Yeah.
So it works. And that's it. It's front of mind. People see it. They see it over and over again in different places. They start thinking, hey, yeah, I need a, whatever business, an insurance guy. I saw a guy at that place.
Mm-hmm.
So I just love that whole concept of that front of mind brand recognition and brand awareness. We're not a direct-to-sale kind of business. We're trying to get people's names and brands in front of people. And I thought, God, that works. So I was willing to take the plunge. I'm glad I did.
What part, same question that I gave Chancellor, like what part of your background as a rocket scientist helped you? I mean, I know in fabricating the boards and having ideas on that level, but what part do you think that you learned in the trenches early on in your life that has helped you now? The most, what's the biggest thing?
Well, a couple of things. One, the defense business, it's a long game, and it's a relationship game. And I've done well building relationships up with people and building trust, and I knew I could apply that to potential clients, to prospects, and then behind that, I mean the operational side of things. I've been involved in project management. I've been around the world promoting the company and supporting the company that I work for. So that helped me understand. I've dealt with every aspect of business. So I was able to apply the little bits I knew about everything and apply it to the business and then build from that and learn from that. So there's a bit of knowledge, plant it, apply it to my own business, and then suddenly you become your own expert. So it was a broad-ranging awareness of it, which allowed me to, I realized the operational side of this was definitely my gift.
Sure.
And then the relationship side helped me with the sales. So yeah, I mean, I don't sell a lot, but I sell.
Don't be bashful.
Well,
Sell.
so it's that, the operational knowledge to run this. We've got a fantastic team in the office. We inherited them from graffiti, but they are so good. And they just know what to do. And it's nice in my position to know I've got people better than me doing that. And my job is to make sure they can do that, give them what they need, give them the support and the respect that they really do deserve. So yeah, it's all about that. I definitely like to run the backside of it.
I can see the compliment, obviously, between the two of
It works
you.
out pretty good. It's a good balance.
And I do want to get into that a little bit more because
He's an asshole.
I know. Well, hold on. That's what. Don't skip segments on me.
I'm sorry. Did I jump?
I'm a ray of freaking sunshine. Let me tell you.
That's where we're going.
segment 3.
That's where we're going. That's segment 3 coming right at you. And we're going to get into it right after this quick break. Okay, guys. Problem partnership. I have it on my segment 3 here because it's a little bit. I'm prodding and being silly. I know it's probably been mostly smooth sailing. And I'm sure, like Roy and I, there's been a friction here or there that you've gotten over in a relatively quick amount of time. But I'm sure there's also stories of just total tomfoolery.
Sure.
So I want to get into some of this with y'all. Have you ever had a massive like come to Jesus talk where you weren't sure you were going to press through your partnership?
I'd probably say no. Well, we've had big talks,
Yeah.
but I never thought for a minute, I'm like, well, this is the end of it, or
Sure.
there's no more road here.
Yeah.
I think that what probably makes Doug and I work so well is our outlook of the world and business is probably different. And somewhere in the middle is the right answer.
Mm.
And that's usually where we get to.
Yeah, we've never really banged heads. We've pressed the point with each other, and neither yields. We just try and both understand.
Yeah.
What did you say
Well,
the
that's-
last time?
but that's the thing.
Interesting.
Like-
yeah, I love that.
Yeah,
Like if nobody challenges you, then you never broaden your
Yeah.
way of thinking.
Yeah, it's true.
You know.
yeah, I mean, he has an influence on me, and I have an influence on him. I mean, but my job isn't to say no, we can't do that. My job is to say, well, that may be hard, but we have an obligation to try it and
Yeah,
do it.
sure.
We have to, we have to provide, and his job is to keep the cash coming in.
Yep.
And make that effective and get the most out of the sales team, because without them we ain't got a company.
There you go.
Bringing in the
That's it.
revenue. So we always try. There's a very distinct difference. Sales and ops are always in every business different ideas, different views of life,
Mm-hmm.
and we've tried really hard to make, in our instance, to make each understand the other, so that there's that crossover point. So when somebody's selling, they're selling knowing somebody's going to have to make this happen.
Mm-hmm.
And when we're making this happen, we're going to understand why they did it this way.
Yeah.
Even though we don't agree this is the way it's been
Yeah.
executed. And there's always going to be, comments and complaints and
Yeah.
bitchiness about it. But that's fine. That's healthy. But the thing is, every month we get everything done. We've never failed ourselves. We've never failed our clients. They always get their ads when they want them. Yes, we have snafus, but that's fine. We're all human. So as long as we've got unwritten rules, do your job, make mistakes, but fix the mistakes, and let's figure out why it happened.
Yeah.
And make sure it doesn't happen again. It's all about just progress and making everybody understand. We've even created a position in the company to allow that bridge between sales and ops, and that's been a massive benefit to us. It really has.
What's that position? That's interesting.
Customer success manager.
Yeah.
Okay.
And our very own Timber Binkley does that.
Yeah.
Huge shout out to Timber. She's great. Fantastic. And I just like
Now,
that.
does she have experience on both sides?
She's done some sales,
Yeah.
So she can bridge
and
that
she used to work
gap
for one
of
the-
understanding
She worked for
both?
one of the local chambers of commerce, and I dealt with her through that. So she understands the workings of a company enough. She understands what we were trying to do, and she's had that sales experience. And we needed a single channel between the two
Yeah.
organizations. With multiple salespeople, multiple functions and operations, and it was everybody's talking to everybody else. So you had
Very confusing.
it was like the old
Yeah.
phone exchanges, you
Right.
crossing lines on.
Yeah.
So everything, everything came through her, and then she was a single point of contact for creative,
Mhm.
for the operational side, for ad distribution and printing, and
That's a
and
game changer.
all that
It is.
coordination. And then she talks to all the clients after we've closed the deal. She then deals with the clients on a monthly basis, leaving the salespeople to go out and do what they do, which is selling.
Which is what they
So
should be
It's
doing.
worked
Yeah.
out really
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
So now our director now is able to have one person giving her the material, and then our ops manager, she's getting the information, the contractual and the business side of things, biz ops stuff. So it just cleaned it up. It made a big difference,
Yeah.
So
We've talked about that on podcast past about having certain specialists
Yeah.
in the right roles.
important.
Yeah, and how important it is, and how it frees you up to get back to what the work that gives you life, right? Like you get to stay in your lane a little bit, or more so, I guess, and it energizes you, right?
Yeah.
And it helps with your drive and all in all. Chancellor, I have a question for you because you and I are very similar.
Sure.
How old are you?
I'm old enough to know better than to answer that question.
Okay, that's fair enough.
He's in his 30s.
Yes.
And it'll
I'm
be older
29. I'm
29.
29.
Well, because I see that. I see a ton of myself in you. I'm 45.
That's a compliment. Thank you.
Yeah, well, maybe. I don't know. And with the energy and the excitement and the
Sure.
ideas and things like that. And I can say from when my early days as an entrepreneur,
Mhm.
I think I was 28 when I I was 25 when I started as a trainer, and by the time I was 29, I had a gym full of trainers.
Yeah.
So what I
Mhm.
love about Roy and I's partnership is that my ideas work now
Yeah.
because of Roy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when I bring an idea to Roy, I know he's like, here we go again, and he's like, there's the thought of what is he pulling me into now?
Sure.
But he doesn't say that. And what he does is he asks me pointed questions and directs the idea.
Mm.
And that to me has been a game changer.
Yeah.
Because there's a part of it where you can get really cocky and be like, well, my dang ideas are working.
Yeah.
If you're not smart and zoom out, look at your
Yes.
business partner, like, no, your influence has shaped why this is working. And
Right.
it can't be all, right? It can't be all excitement and balls to the wall. Right?
Yeah.
It can't be all drive. There actually has to be some sort of plan or, like I said earlier, guardrails.
Yeah.
So is this something you've experienced too? Is it just me?
No, 100%. I think what Doug said earlier, he said his job is to say yes and make it work.
Mm-hmm.
But the other part of it is he, the side of it is, yes, we can, but here's why we shouldn't do that, right? And show up all the pitfalls.
I have said the exact same sentence.
Yeah, we can
Just
do that.
because we
but-
can doesn't mean we should.
I just
100%.
about blew my water out when you said that.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, were you in the room?
Yeah. And I think sometimes, I'll have a big idea. And I think Doug and I are on the same page for most things. And I'll have an idea, and Doug's like, okay. He pulls out a pen and pad, and he starts writing stuff down, right, about stuff. And I know there's something coming. He's working out the math, the logistics. And really, at the end of it, I'll have this big scheme or idea as far as, this is what we need to do for marketing or lead gen and yada, 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 yada. And at the end of it, I'll have this grandiose thing, and he'll just ask me, okay, what do you want the outcome to be? What are you trying to do? And then that question alone, I think everyone should always ask themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Begin with the end in mind. What do I want the outcome to? And that's a big thing that I think Doug has always kind of reinforced with me is what am I trying to accomplish? And then most of the time, Doug will help simplify that. We needed to do 1, 2, 3, follow these steps. We can get that done. And far as guardrails, 100%, it's helped me out a ton. I can't even tell you how many times it's probably, even when I get frustrated, I'm like, I don't know when I have to do that. And then I'll take 30 minutes and take a step back and be like, you know what, he's right. He's saving us from some sort of pitfall or issue that I probably wouldn't perceive because I think the world is, what could go wrong? This can't go wrong.
Yeah.
And then when it does, most of the time you don't say, I told you so. I'd probably say I appreciate that.
Not out loud.
Yeah. Because I feel it for sure.
He just makes it.
Yeah.
He just opens his desk door, and makes
Yeah.
that knot. So
Yeah.
another
Well, I
one.
mean, yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't think I told you so. I think, well, he listened,
Yeah.
so that was good.
Yeah.
So it just adds to that secret
Yeah.
appreciation
Yes.
for each other.
Yeah, 100%. I think big ideas are great. Having vision and futuristic of where you want to go, that's super important, right? You can't lose sight of that. But the other thing, and the big thing is execution. So
Yeah.
usually you have one or the other, right?
Well, it's not sales, and that's the thing. I mean, it's about understanding what everybody's trying to do. I mean, if a salesperson or a person who's focused on the sales and growth of the company isn't thinking way beyond their station,
They have to.
and they haven't
Yeah.
got, then they shouldn't be in sales.
Right.
Everybody should be thinking in a strategic way. How can we do this? How can we do that? How can I get sales from this?
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing wrong with that, But it works successfully if you allow the back end of the business to say, yes, that is achievable.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a different route, or you're gonna have to dial that one back a bit. But we can do this much, or we can't do this because of that. It lets, sales should never be limited, but any time they get a chance to become more aware of how you have to execute,
Mm-hmm.
it lets that little reality check come in then. But I'd never ever stop him saying what he's thinking, the ideas. A lot of them I think that's stupid, but then we end up doing it. Because
what happens, by the way?
pretty good.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you. I was about to say, don't leave the audience hanging. The outcome is great.
Yeah, you've got it. I mean, that's what it's about. And it's definitely that give and take and the understanding. I mean, it's hard having to just get it done sometimes, but I think we work at that level where we do kind of we'll praise each other a bit, and we kind of compliment and thank each other for what we're doing.
Yeah.
But it's just that mutual admiration and that understanding. Our job's to sell.
Mm-hmm.
That is the purpose of the business. But we also have to deliver.
Yeah,
To
absolutely.
the
It's
clients.
the yin and the yang of
Like I
it.
said,
we'll
for
always
sure.
manage it.
Yeah.
We'll always manage it.
I think it's kind of funny. What we got in a discussion 3 weeks ago, and I think we were trying to prove a point, and we were discussing ad nauseum. And finally, I think he could see he was frustrated, or I was frustrated, and he just said, "Are you done discussing this?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm done." And he goes, "That's totally fine. We could stop right here, and we could take a pause." I was like, "Perfect. That's great. That's what I need."
That's what I need.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of learning each other's rhythms
Yeah.
of like, I have said what I need to say. There's nothing else to discuss as far as I've added all I could add, and then at the same time, your problem partner giving almost like a marriage, I would say, is
Oh, it's 100% like
Oh,
a
yeah.
marriage.
yeah, it's like, I'm going to give you this space to walk away. That's okay if we put a pin in this, right? So
Well, sometimes you need to because, you'll walk away and you may be, oh, God, that's just, why is he even? And then like 20 minutes later, you start thinking through. I like to go, well, what is he seeing I don't see?
yeah,
Yes.
Or,
that's it.
you know what I
gotta
mean?
give
Like,
it-
why are we butting head? Why can't we come to a common agreement? What am I not seeing? I always
Mhm.
put it on myself first.
Yeah.
And then I try to think of it from that person's perspective. And then you can go, okay, well, maybe that's not 100% how it should work. What if we tweak this piece?
hmm
And then before you know it,
the solution.
Yeah,
the
when you-
solution's
when
there.
you get to that
you know?
point, it's like
Yeah.
the opposite side of a magnet. You're not going to meet
No,
on this.
never going
That's
to.
the time to okay.
Yep.
Time to ponder. Time to think about it. Try and understand what the other's trying to say,
Yeah,
and then you go back and revisit, and usually that'll work. So because we've never had a head to head.
no,
We've
I
never.
mean, yeah, I don't
we've never
think
shared
we
each
haven't
other.
either.
Mhm.
And they're always avoidable.
Yeah.
yeah.
They are.
I've had 2 with my other business partner in 13 years.
Yeah.
And literally, like, we had one the other day, and like an hour later, he calls, "Hey, you want to go smoke a cigar?" I'm like, sure.
Yeah.
We sit down. He goes, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry."
Yeah.
Light it up.
That is, yeah.
That was it.
Yeah,
You know.
there
And then we
go.
started talking back through the idea.
Yeah.
But I had taken the time, and he had taken the time to see it from my side. I was seeing it from his side. We sit down in 20 minutes. We come up with a genius idea that's going to make a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
Bleep that.
Yeah.
But sometimes that's what it takes, right? Just okay. Let's step away.
What, out of curiosity, what's the biggest lesson that you've learned from each other?
I talk about this all the time. I'm dying to know what yours is.
Well, you go first.
Well, mine's one is to zoom out. Like if I get anything from you, it's one, take a deep breath, slow down, and then I do get the similar thing. Like, what's the outcome? Like, what are you trying to accomplish?
Mm-hmm.
I get those pointed questions. Those are my guardrail questions that I need.
Yeah.
Because there's sometimes you just get so freaking excited that you got an idea that just could work.
Yeah.
And that's where we end.
Yeah.
So mine from you is that it's like another angle. It's a top down look. And as the things have grown between the expo and the magazine, like mine is like, sometimes we're in our own silos for a very long time. So having someone who can look on it top down is just huge. And with that step-by-step mentality.
Sure. Yeah.
Right. I really appreciate that. So
Mine is probably, I'm a cantankerous old man. Okay, let me start with that.
Stop it.
I'm cantankerous.
Stop.
Cantankerous and old go together. It's okay.
Yeah, like a perfect. So oftentimes my first reactions, this is the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Doug said that earlier.
Yeah. So now I go,
Bleep that out.
yeah, bleep that out. Yeah. I'm supposed to do the thumbs?
the thumbs up.
Yeah. Yeah. So now I try to Terry will sometimes he would give me an idea. I'm like, God, that's a huge, it's not like it's, hey, what if we, do the small thing? No, it's like
never that.
enormous.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't even know where to start, like on this idea. Instead of just immediately just saying no, I'm like, all right, let me think about it. And I never, because he does have ideas and even some that I'll be like, man, it's just dumb. Or he's not thinking all the way through it. And then he starts executing. I'm like, well, shit, I was wrong about that one.
Mm-hmm.
So then that makes me, when he comes to me with a bigger idea, I'm like, okay, let me see where he's going with this. Let me see how he's putting it together. Let me see, because you never, like you were saying about sales, you don't want to stifle the creativity.
Yeah.
Ever. I'm creative in some ways, but some ways I'm just not. And then when you hit me with some of those ideas, I'm like, God, I wish I could think of stuff like that. But then maybe sometimes for me, it's too big and too audacious that I wouldn't even go there.
Yeah, maybe.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. I also appreciate from you too that you're my eject button. Because when we do start executing and you get to a point where you're like, when you see it,
Yeah.
that they're like, and he's like, yeah, let's take the first couple steps. And you see like, oh, this is not going to work.
Yeah.
Or it's like, well, here's how you get out of it. I'm like, I need that too. But yeah, you've definitely co-signed on some crazy ideas that I've been fortunate enough to work. But again, they're not, I don't think they're not because they're good ideas or from me. It's because of here's how we're going to execute. So, and I want to get a little bit more of this because I love this topic.
Sure.
Because this is lost on a lot of entrepreneurs, especially ones that are thinking or already in a partnership. So we're gonna go a little bit deeper right after this break. And now I have a question for the whole class. What makes a good partnership? Because we have talked about the yin and the yangs for us and what's worked for us. And I guess what I want you to do is to pull it out of the ether and say, this is what it looks like specifically for you two. And I think we can say it for us. We've said it a bunch of times, but we'll do it anyway. What makes for a good partnership and what can make for a bad partnership? Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. I think I'll answer the good partnership. Is the belief that the person across the table wants the ultimate good for the business too.
Mm-hmm.
If you believe that they don't, that's when you're going to start having a bunch of problems.
Mm-hmm.
But if you know that this person's heart, they truly want the best for the business too, then I think if you come in with that understanding, that makes for a good partnership. And having room for grace and having room for kudos and the ability to say, I'm listening to you, or that's a good idea. Let's do that. I think that makes for a good partnership. And then a bad partnership is basically the exact opposite of what I just said.
Right.
You believe that this person does not have the best intention for the business of what you're doing. You believe that basically they don't care, they're checked out, or you only want to listen to your ideas and damn the torpedoes, we're doing it.
Yep.
No matter what. Which some might say that I've maybe said that once or twice. But,
For me, I think what's important is you've got to know if the partners have different experience, different knowledge, different things to bring. Mm-hmm. Recognizing that they are therefore the subject matter expert on that. You'll learn from it.
Yeah.
Ultimately, the synergy will happen. You'll just become this walking, talking machine that knows everything about everything. But recognizing that, allowing each other to have your own knowledge and experience, mm-hmm. and recognizing each other's, learn from it, build off it, respect it, apply it, and then that is synergy. The company will benefit because you're not being challenged. I mean, it's and as you build on that, you become more of a behemoth. You become a stronger mm-hmm. unit as one. But just recognizing that, and again, what makes a bad partnership is thinking you know everything, mm-hmm. and damn what you say, I know better, but you probably don't. But
you won't be in business very long doing that.
Yeah, I mean,
that makes for a bad partner, but also might make for a bad entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
Like altogether,
for sure.
And understand, you've got to understand the objective. You've got to understand your overall path. You've got to understand the strategy of the company, the long-term plan, and keep pushing yourselves in that direction. Don't let yourselves go too far. You can go off the beaten path too easily, and getting back on is even more expensive.
Mm-hmm. It's true. There is a dollar. There is a dollar amount. There is a dollar amount associated. I like to say that because we did talk about it being like a marriage, and I think it is. And I think what makes for a good marriage or good for any good relationship is having the right things in common and being opposite in a way that is constructive, right? Like being opposite in a way that is complementary.
Yeah.
And that's certainly the case for y'all. It's certainly the case for us. What would you say?
My strength is their weakness. Their strength is my weakness.
Yeah.
Just you complete it. And then, nobody can stop you guys at that point.
Yeah, that's true. I want to do the marketing tips as we get ready to close out. But before we do that, like any business tips, any partnership tips that you guys have come to learn?
How's it like working with Terry? Let's ask that question.
Oh, no, don't ask that question.
Love it. Yeah, I love working with Terry. Are you kidding me?
Doug's reminded me several times that I'm giving him the artwork for Social Indoor way too late.
Yeah. Come on, Terry.
So it now lives on my calendar. So
yeah,
where it should have been from the start.
We just get little snippets and go work your magic, do your voodoo
Can you
magic.
make this pretty?
Yeah.
Well, I can say for you because I've only talked to you before.
Yeah.
And Terry's like, "Hey, we should market the expo on Social Indoor." I was like, "I really don't have any money left to spend." And I got on the phone with you and I got off. I was like, I just spent like $2,500. like, you just started hitting me with numbers and I was like, damn it. He's right. Okay. Send me an invoice.
I'm not a hard closer.
No,
you the facts.
That's all I need. But that's the beauty of sales. Like
right.
you don't,
if it's factual,
you don't have to be the car salesman. You're like, what's your problem? Oh, you're trying to get people to this event? Well, I'll never, it was, Tim McGraw and I don't remember who the other person was at Bridgestone. Yeah. And the ad would, if we committed, it would be up there for that very weekend. Yeah. If I sent the art over and there was this many tickets sold and and the ramen had this many I was like, yep, you're right. That's our people.
He's a closer. He is really, really good at what he does.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I mean, he's definitely the closing king in the place. So yeah, I mean, he won't force you to spend the money. He'll make you realize, oh yeah, it would be sensible to spend this money.
That's the trick of a good salesperson. It's not tricking you into, but just showing you the light. This is going to solve your problem. You're like, yep,
We just need 5 chancellors. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Everybody does.
No, you don't want
Yeah.
that. Actually, that's a terrible
No, you need
idea.
you
But
need
one is enough, people.
6.
One is enough.
You need 6 and send one over here.
Yeah.
Well, I know we're running out of time, and before we close out officially, real quick, you guys want to give anybody a quick tip on, or leave the people with something. Leave them with how to find y'all. Leave them with a quick tip, and let's do that real quick before we close out.
I'll start first on my
Yeah.
marketing tip. My marketing tip for businesses: do something. Do something. I mean, you can't afford everything. That's totally fine. But just in this competitive space, industries are growing. Businesses, especially here locally in Nashville, our community is becoming more crowded.
Yeah.
You're getting more competition than ever. This idea of I don't need to spend marketing, or I can't afford it, or some form of fashion, you can't do that. And that could be as simple as my marketing dollars is going to go towards me getting out in community events, handing out flyers, some sort of fashion. I don't care. Do it, right? For us, that is my biggest thing, because you will get left behind.
Mhm.
These people with larger budgets will come in, and you will be competing with that too. So you got to do something. And then that's, the other thing I'd just say is for us, like our specialty is cost-effective advertising, not only a captive audience. So I say that to say there are affordable solutions for you out there. We are one of them. We'll point you to others too, right?
Stole my line, man.
Yeah.
That was going to be me.
Yeah.
I mean, there are a million ways of selling your business. Find out the one or ones that work for you,
Yeah.
but don't decide you don't think you want it. Try it. I mean, I know it's spending money, but there's no such thing as bad advertising. If your name is out there, your name is out there.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to be the guy whose name isn't there and the competition's name is out there. So marketing dollars are key. You've got to spend the money. But there are lots of ways of doing it. Find the one that fits your niche and really does get you the return. But try them all. There's a lot of them out there. We're one of them. We're not the only solution. We never say that. And we will refer you to somebody else, another form of advertising. We have enough connections in the industry. We'll tell you good people to go to. If I've told people, I don't think this is going to work for you,
Mm-hmm.
but you should
I have
try
too.
this.
Yeah.
I'm happy to turn away business if it's not going to work. I'm not going to waste people's money,
Right.
But spend your money, try it out. The worst that will happen is your company is going to be seen.
Yeah.
It was effectively perhaps, but once you find that niche, spend the money. It's the only way you'll be seen.
Well, the
Social media is not the only answer.
Quickest way to go out of business is no brand awareness.
Yeah, that's right.
true.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you don't exist.
The first thing the first thing you stop spending money on when you can't afford it.
Mhm.
Then you wonder why you're not getting.
It's the backwards. So in 2020, I'll tell you all this quick story. When 2020 hit, and I was on the call with my marketing guy, he's like, "Dude, everybody's pulling their money out of Facebook." He's like, "I figured I'd give you a call and see how much you want to pull out." I was like, "Nope, double my budget." He's like, "What? Double your budget?" I'm like, "Well, ads are going to be cheaper."
Yeah.
Dude, we made a killing.
Yeah.
It was really good.
That's a great example of how most people think, and it's really the inverse of
Yeah.
it.
It's the flip opposite.
It's a necessary.
If you don't have a lot of money flowing through, you better find some money and spend it on some advertising.
Well, 100%.
You got to get those people in the door.
Well, this has been awesome. This is about as much fun as I thought it was going to be. So we're definitely going to have to do it again for sure. But I appreciate you guys coming in and hanging out with us for an hour and talking all things.
It's been fun.
Talking all things business and partnerships and advertising. So, guys, if you're out there and you're watching this or you're listening to this on the radio, make sure you hit up Social Indoor for some advertising. They are great people. They do amazing work, and they can back up and deliver on their promises. And I'm not just saying that because they're one of my partners. I'm saying that because they've done that for us.
Mhm.
So we appreciate you tuning in. And if you enjoyed any of this content whatsoever, we ask that you make it over to our YouTube channel, like and subscribe, and please share it with a friend. On behalf of Nashville Fit and Spread the Positive, we thank you for tuning in. Roy, say bye.
Bye, Roy.